into the chat. I hope that you all had an amazing week and that your Mother's Day weekend was amazing. I wasn't here last weekend. I ended up traveling and also ended up ill and in urgent care. You're probably catching a little bit of that, but I'm on the mend now. Negative for COVID, thank God, and also negative for strep throat. Just a terrible cold, and I'm sure I picked it up during my travels over the last few weeks. So, let's see, I've done two different cities in North Carolina, and then last week, as you saw the video footage from the last 7 days, I was actually in Connecticut and had an opportunity to visit the Clinton Outlet store where I was able to see the Plumes collection in person. So that video is up so that those of you that maybe were interested in seeing that pattern, the coated canvas, the leather details, the colors up close. There are a couple of videos. One is a dedicated video and the other one is included in the shop with me. So if you're here, you're probably here because you're here usually. So if this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you so very much for joining. I do hope that you will stick with me tonight because we've got a lot to cover. And while I am not 100%, I do need to get this out. I want to get the communities, the tribe's thoughts on this. I have run it past family members. I have run it past two of my tribe sisters that absolutely, I value their opinion. They have high expectations around service, customer service, quality of products. I have mentioned it even in my circle to non-handbag enthusiasts, and I just want to get a variety of perspectives. Before we dive into that though, again, if this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you for joining. If you occasionally pop in or you watch videos on this channel and you've not yet subscribed, I'd ask that you do so. That way you don't miss any of the content. Turn on the bell alert so that you don't miss lives, uploads, community posts, etc. And if you are a returning tribe sister, then all I'm going to tell you is to buckle up tonight because there will be some people in the live tonight. There will be some people, I believe, that will watch the replay that just won't get it, or maybe I'm in the wrong. And if that's the case, then that's what I'm here for, because this is a safe space and we can professionally and respectfully tell each other when we are right and when we are wrong, and I am here for that tonight. So I want all of that. But let me start by sharing with you that I have had a couple of community posts that have gone up. If you have missed those, then you are likely missing out on some pre-order pricing and some really great Dooney deals. So if you've not been over to check out my community tab lately, check that out. So that's the first thing. The next thing before we dive in, because I am gonna we're gonna get to the bags, I promise you. The second thing is I want to shout out those of you that are following me on LTK and that are using the affiliate link. So first off, thank you for that. Thank you for using the affiliate links. There are a few people that we know, regardless of what genres you watch on YouTube, that have quote unquote arrived, right? They are the influencers that when you hear their names, you know their content, you know their work, you've probably purchased something from them. For everyone else, present company included, it takes a lot of effort and work to just get $100 payout on YouTube. So once you think about the content, the editing, the comments, all of the other stuff, it really does go a long way. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything extra to use those affiliate links. So for those of you that have been using those, a heartfelt thank you for doing that. For those of you that are not yet following me over on LTK, but you have asked the question in the past, what is she wearing? Where did she buy it? How much did she pay for it? Does it come in my size? All of that information is over on LTK. It is a curated place where you can look at all of the things that have been talked about, shared, or used on this channel without having to go back through the 1,000 YouTube videos that are posted here. You can download that free app, follow me, like any post. Once you do that, LTK will actually send you an alert to let you know if anything that you've liked on my page has had a price drop or is on sale, so you don't have to stalk it. They will send it to you to let you know. So if it's something that you're really interested in. The other thing that I think is really neat about LTK from a search standpoint, I had a comment recently from someone on one of my Sephora videos that was asking for a recommendation for a face wash, a cleanser. And in that particular video, I don't remember if I did one or if I recently posted in LTK what cleanser I was using. But you can literally go over there, and once you are on my page, just type in face wash or body wash or cleanser or perfume or handbags or shoes or boots or jeans or tops, and it will just pull up all of the posts that have those items included. So it makes it really easy for you to find anything that I've hauled, featured, talked about, or shared here, or even that I'm wearing. And you can also look at collections where I've kind of grouped things together. So if you're only looking for shoes or sandals or fragrance, or if you're looking for gifts for her or gifts for him, those are clustered together. So again, you don't have to go through hundreds of posts in order to find it. So I have been posting fast and furious over there. One, because there are tons of seasonal things, and if you are looking for vacation wear, sandals, straw bags, belt bags, whatever it is, if I'm finding it or shopping for it, that's where I'm sharing it. So please make sure that you are following me over there and enjoy the retail therapy, because that is what that space is all about. All right, next. So over the last 2 weeks, I've been in Fayetteville, North Carolina, Greenville, North Carolina, Clinton, Connecticut, and East Hartford, Connecticut. And the bag that I have been traveling with is bag that I got for my birthday, one of my birthday bags. There's a tie-in here, but I have been for the last 2 weeks in my Roberta P. Airy tote. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you, this bag is giving leisure and the MCM Liz shopper a run for their money. It is lightweight, it is easy, it has a great shoulder drop, it has great organization in the interior. Because it is coated canvas, it's a lightweight, so once I throw all of my crap in here, it does not feel like I'm walking around the airport trying to carry cinder blocks. I have been loving this. Now, the colors are neutral, and I love that it is in this, this is actually called linen. The color is linen. It is no longer available, or at least when I checked, it wasn't. This was one of the colors that was available at the end of last year, going into the holidays. But I am definitely going to go back and pick up a couple more, because this GM size holds everything. It has a snap closure. I have gotten compliments on the pattern because it's subtle and muted, but it also kind of gives you some other brand vibes as well. It is made in Italy, so it is just as nice, if not nicer, than some of those others, especially when you take the price point into consideration. And similar to the medium Russell, it has 2 additional snaps for a total of 3, so that the top of the bag is completely secure. It has been so easy to travel with. Under my seat on the plane, it has not been in the overhead bin. It is getting softer and softer, but it doesn't sag on the bottom, so it's not giving that look of, baby diaper that needs to be changed. Straps are wide enough, not had any issues with it coming off of my shoulders, and I have just been using this wallet with it, the Dooney leather wallet. So not an exact, but it's close enough. Got my wristlet strap, and I have also continued to use, because it's been for travel. I have been in, let me make sure my driver's license number is not going to show. Yeah, I have been in my Coach card case since a few days before Valentine's Day. I know it's coming up the middle of May, but it has been perfect. It is so easy in the airport. Driver's license, corporate card, debit card, hotel key, which I probably should have turned in. But anyway, that's what I've been using, just kind of to make sure I have everything easily accessible at the airport. I'm not going to go through everything that I have in here, because I have mixed feelings about what's in my bag, because I don't want to see everything that you have. I just kind of want to know how you're using it, and that's what we're going to talk about. So in the back pocket, I have my Beats, because this is the absolute best sound immersive experience when you're in the airport. It cancels every noise out. You have to be careful that you will miss your overhead page for your flight, just telling you that. So I have these tucked in a back pocket. I have car key in a case and my house key, so that they are easy. So I've got those there. I am using my Dooney lanyard for my work ID, and it has name and all of that there, so I am using that. Of course, you've seen the wallet. I am using my red Kiss lock. I have been in this now for months as well, but it has all of my tech cords, cables, headphones, chargers, bricks, all of that in here for 3 different devices. I am using a nylon. This is like forever old, but they have a similar style back on Dooney right now. This is their nylon triple zip, which is also super lightweight, because I've got it packed out, but bag is light. Accessories are somewhat mixed and light, so it helps with the weight of the bag. But in here, I have all of my travel receipts. I need to do my expense report. So I've got that there. And then in here, I have lippies and my Clipa. So nighttime Laneige, or just on the go, especially if I'm wearing a mask, which I was wearing during my travels and still got sick, by the way. My favorite Pat McGrath lippy, Summer Fridays, and then my Clipa along with some hand sanitizer singles. And then here in the front, I actually have some pens and more hand sanitizer singles, because I'm going to try to finish out 2024 without getting sick again. So let me just see if there's anything else accessory wise, because I'm not going through everything. But that's kind of what I have in here that you would likely be interested in and how I'm using it. All right, let's get to the sip and cuss. And so first thing is, I am not going to disclose the brand, the company that I have the issue with, because We are still in the process of resolving my customer service issue. And hence the reason I want a little bit of a reality check to make sure that I am not blowing this out of proportion. Um, the other thing that I will tell you now, I will tell you the brand that I purchased, but the brand, the artisan, the house that I purchased from has absolutely nothing to do with this transaction, and I will continue to purchase from them. So I'm gonna let's kind of lay out the ground rules first so that we all know, and then I'll fill in the gaps for you. The other thing that I will share with you is that while Roberta Pieri was a birthday purchase, this purchase, we are talking about it in May, so we're 6 months later. That particular purchase was also a birthday purchase, and it was a made to order, custom, one of a kind bag commissioned through what I'm going to call this company. I'm going to refer to them as the broker, right? I went to this broker to commission a bag from this fashion house. That was in December. It is May, and I am just receiving the purchase. So let's get to it. So the week before Thanksgiving, November 2023, I found a broker via Instagram that was working with a brand in Italy that I absolutely love. You've seen it on this channel before. And the brand is Boldrini. I absolutely love Boldrini. I will continue to purchase from them. They did absolutely nothing wrong in this situation. It was the broker. We're talking about the sip and cuss tonight is the broker, okay? So week before Thanksgiving, I ordered this bag in a custom color from the broker through Boldrini. When I ordered the bag, I thought that I was ordering it in enough time to have it delivered by my birthday, because it was my plan to actually travel with the bag and a small crossbody bag to Vegas for my birthday. Well, I ordered the bag and waited, and then as it got closer to my birthday, I'm packing, I'm trying to get things together. I hadn't got a shipping update or anything, so I called the broker. Okay. I left a message. They did not pick up. They did not have what I will consider a phone number. They had a WhatsApp number listed on their IG page. So I reached out via that number that they had posted, and I did receive a prompt call back. And I'm talking about within the hour, received a phone call back. So I shared with them that I'd made a purchase the previous month. I hadn't received any shipping information, and I wanted to check to see like the ETA for shipping. And at that time, I got an apology, and the broker said to me, the order time, because it is a custom bag, is actually going to be, she said, we have it stated on our page that it's 12 weeks. And I was like, how did I miss 12 weeks expecting that I was going to get it for my birthday? So I went back on the site, and as I'm looking at it, she says, but actually right now, the lead time is actually 16 weeks. I wanted the bag. It was not available in this color. It was just like, you know what? I'm going to have to figure something else out For my birthday, I'm good. Will not ideal, not 16 weeks, which is why for those of you that follow, this channel religiously, I said back in December and even in January was like, hey, we're going to still be talking about birthday stuff in 2024 because the birthday bag, I bought bags, but the bag was 16 weeks out, right? So the broker apologized profusely, and said, hey, we try to make sure we have all of that information on the site. I apologize if you missed that detail, but let me email over to you a 20% off discount code that doesn't have an expiration. So if there's anything else now or in the future that you would like to either order from our, shelf inventory, or if there's something else that you would like in the future to commission, you'll have a 20% off coupon for it. So I thought that was very nice. And I felt good about waiting because, again, one of a kind, custom, commissioned, not going to run into my bag, at Target. So I figured that was worth the wait. So now we are in March. Remember, I ordered in November, 16 weeks. We are now in March, and I still have not received any notification about the bag shipping or any kind of update. So again, I reached out via the contact information and got a call back stating that they had reached some delays, that the basically the crafting time was being extended. They were super busy throughout the holidays, etc., and that as soon as my bag arrived, that they would pack it up and ship it. Now I'm going to pause there and state that I was under the impression that this broker was actually in Italy based on the way that they'd advertised on their Instagram page, the brands that they're working with, etc. I later find out that is not the case, but we'll get there. All right, so now we are past the 16 weeks and still no bag. So April comes and I'm anticipating that I'll have the bag, right? I mean, it's already past Easter, so we've missed birthday, we missed Thanksgiving, we missed birthday, we missed Christmas, we missed New Year's, Valentine's, MLK. We have now missed Easter, and I'm still waiting for the bag. So we get to April, and I call again, and now this is the end of April, and still no bag. They are still waiting for it. So I'm a little irritated at this point because 16 weeks was already a long time, but now we are at 5 months heading into 6. But the broker called me back. We start talking about artisans and maybe something else that I might want to commission. And during the course of this conversation, she begins to tell me about her brand and why she started this company, and the fact that, as an Italian native, that she wanted to bring the artisans to the U.S. excuse me, without the markup, without, hold on. All right, without the markup, these are the same artisans that are crafting bags for Ferragamo, for Chanel, for Balenciaga, you name it. All of these things are coming out of these same artisans. They're just getting private label branding, luxury branding on them. And I'm about quality. I don't have to have the label. Although here I have a love, of course, for Dooney. I have some other brands that I've added, but if you've been here, you know this channel was founded from my love of Dooney. And when I ventured off to explore other brands, it was because Dooney had some things going on that they didn't seem to be addressing, and they were wearing on me as a consumer and as a loyal consumer. So I veered away from them, and then after a few years came back, right? I'm completely transparent, and if you follow this channel, you know I consider I think I gave Dooney some warning shots, like several of us did, about some of the things that were not going well. And then eventually I kind of departed, and like the prodigal son, I found my way back home. So the broker, again, we're talking about, spreading the word in the US, and that it's difficult, and that they have an influencer program. So I was like, oh my goodness, I'm an influencer. I would love, to see what your requirements are and apply for your program, etc. She was all in and said that she would get the information together, and she asked me to send her some information. She didn't call it a brand kit, but if you're in this space, you know what brands and companies are asking for, and it's your brand kit. So I sent that information over to her, and at that point, I didn't get anything back. So, and this was like on a Thursday afternoon or Friday. So I was thinking late in the day. I'm thinking the time difference, maybe that explains it. So now I think it's 2 weeks that goes by. So we've transitioned from April and we're into May. So we're just right at the 6-month mark. And I followed up again via email this time to let the broker know I hadn't received my bag, no update. And I also had not received the information on their company and the influencer program because I was still interested in working with them, right? I think that being able to commission a bag, a one-of-a-kind from these kinds of brands is absolutely something that I wanted to be affiliated with and bring to this community. I got a phone call back, and at that point was told that my bag had just arrived, and that they were getting ready to pack it up to be shipped out, that I should have it within 2 days. And the broker asked if I would like for her to take a couple of pictures of my bag before it was packed away, had it not already, been in the box and sealed. And I was like, oh my goodness, absolutely yes. I've been waiting. Please snap a couple of pictures and send it to me. And she did, along with the email that we talked about previously, with all of the company information, what she's trying to accomplish, the information on their affiliate program, etc. So I get the email with all of that information, couple of pictures of my bag, and now I'm in like the countdown waiting for my birthday bag that I ordered in November, birthday in December. It is now May. It's finally going to get here. So from the time that I got the pictures and the confirmation, I said to myself, you know what? I want this broker to understand that I'm really serious. let me go out, take a look at their IG. I wasn't following their IG, but let me go out, follow, look at a couple of things. Let me see if there really is something else that I'm interested in right now. Like if it's going to take 16 weeks for something else in order for me to get it maybe this year for my birthday, I need to start thinking about that. Well, when I go out onto their IG page, there is a post with a bag. Let me pause. So, let me go back to the email when we were on the phone this last time. The broker told me that my bag was absolutely stunning, and that the artisan that crafted my bag said he had, and he's the only one that does them, kind of like Lino, who did all of the Henry's bags. He's the only one that does them. He said that he had not done one in this color, red, of course, that it's the only one. No one else had requested it, no brands, no nothing. So it was the only one on the planet. So I was super excited about that. So now I'm over on their Instagram page because I want to follow and see what else they have over there. And the post at the top of their IG page is what appears to be the bag that I ordered. I'm like, so I was just told I have the only one. I didn't give any permission to film, show, like it was custom made to order. I should have been the first one to take pictures, do the reveal. As far as I'm concerned, y'all are in the chat. You let me know, am I off? To me, it's like you commissioning someone to make your daughter's or your granddaughter's prom dress, or your wedding dress, or maybe it is like some celebrity that has has commissioned a designer to make their dress or gown for the Grammys or the Met Gala or the Emmys. You pick it, right? That brand is not like, oh, well, we're gonna take J-Lo's and Rihanna's dresses, and we're gonna throw them on a billboard in Times Square. You're not gonna see it in a magazine. You're not going to see that thing anywhere until they reveal it. So I felt like that is what I was paying for: the exclusivity, the customization. I felt like I was paying for the experience. I felt like I was patient during the wait time. And now I see my bag and another Boldrini bag. Again, my issue was not with Boldrini. Baby, they did what they were supposed to do. My issue is with this broker. Another Boldrini bag, and they have both bags outside on a hard surface that is not covered. There is absolutely nothing to protect the feet, the leather, the bottoms of either of these bags. So now I'm like, is there a second one of my bag out here? Which you're not crazy, right? I know that they offer it in other colors, which is how I ordered mine. But I was just told that the artisan said he'd only made one. So from elementary school, when you do, deductive reasoning, I put one and one together and came up with, are there two? So I reached back out to the broker and I inquired about whether or not I still had the only version of this bag in this color in the world. And she reassured me that I did. which can only mean that now my bag that I have been waiting nearly 6 months for, you had time to do a full-on Instagram photo shoot. There are more pictures to come, by the way. This was a video. Like, how long did it take you to do all of that? How much more time did it add for you to mishandle, unpack my bag for a post, a reel on your Instagram, when my bag should have been shipped directly to me? Now, I've gone back and forth with this broker because, in my opinion, I knew that her company was not creating the bag, right? You're functioning as a broker. So there's no reason that my bag actually could not have or should not have shipped directly from Dooney to my house, because, again, I knew that that's where my bag was being made, in Italy. And instead of adding shipping time to ship from Dooney to ship it from Italy to the broker that I later found out is stateside. Not going to put the state out there, but it's stateside. You unpack, repack, and we're going to get to the repack. But before you did all of that, you took my bag and someone else's bag outside on a hard concrete surface with no protection for a photo shoot for Instagram for your company. So she responds back to the email, and I'm not going to read the emails back and forth. Trust me, I got receipts. Some of my tribe sisters have seen the receipts, the pictures, the posts. So she tells me, oh no, that is absolutely your bag. So, you know, the attorney in me is thinking about the contract that we entered into as broker customer, right? Middleman consumer. And I go back to her. She did say, I hope you don't mind, right? So it just made me think about when you offered to take the pictures for me to attach to the email that was late. That I don't know whether those were taken then, when, as a result of my request, the offer and approval, so to speak, or if those were also pictures of my bag being handled during what was this photo shoot. Now, the broker tells me that it came in and it went out the same day. There's no way in hell I believe that. And I'm just, I apologize for the language, but I don't believe it. I don't believe it. All right. So the day that my bag arrives, I am actually flying out. And I will tell you that my blood was still like hot lava. So the thrill was gone, right? I'd seen the pictures. And it was just like, okay, now we're at 6 months. It's finally here. And I don't have time to go through this right now. Well, maybe I should have, because on my return flight home, I am back on Instagram at the airport, and I receive an email with my influencer agreement attached and all of the legal, stuff that comes along with that. And I looked at it, and when I got on the plane, as I was finishing that up, now I know the judgment, the experience. I'd already seen the first post. My spidey senses should have kicked in. But I go ahead and complete the agreement, and as I am sitting on my exit row with the flight attendant looking at me, saying, you know, are you gonna put it away and listen, or you know, are we gonna have a problem, right? I was ready to go home. But as I was shutting my phone down, I got an alert on my phone that this broker's brand had just posted another Instagram, and I was like, I'm gonna check it, but I gotta turn this off. So I get back. I don't think about turning my phone on. I don't check. It's probably for the best. I get home. I have now had dinner. And I'm like, oh yeah, as I'm going through my alerts, they have a post I want to check and see what it is. It is the broker, the owner of the company, standing in what I can only assume to be her backyard, which is where the first pictures were taken, with her holding my bag by its upright handles. Y'all know the handles I'm talking about. You know the handles on the Alto large tassel bag that Dooney shipped me 3 of, improperly packaged in a box, with the handles broken, distorted, that leather won't bounce back. She is holding my bag in her backyard, and this post is like a dissertation about who she is, where she's from, her company, her brand, the fact that they offer these artisan, craft, custom, yada yada yada. And then the second post, because I'm beyond blood boiling at this point. I feel completely disrespected. I feel like my bag that I've waited 6 months for and paid the price that you had on your website, that it's being treated like a sample. And what I do know from dealing with other brands is that when you buy a sample, the price is discounted because it is a used purchase at that point. So this next post on their IG is the broker holding another Boldrini bag that she claims, and I'm talking about the words that are in the post, because I can't believe anything, because my bag was in your post and you don't own that one. So I can only assume, right, that it could have been somebody else's bag. But she goes on to say that she's sharing her first Boldrini purchase, and that, you know, as the owner of the company, when she gets these amazing bags in, it is very difficult for her to let them go. So basically what you're saying is that you've had my bags for weeks, maybe even a couple of months at this point, and you've carried my bag, you've treated it as a sample, you've used it in a photo shoot, and it's been difficult for you to let it go. So now, since I am calling you and sending messages, it is time for you to ship it out, because clearly some other people have commissioned stuff and bought stuff, and it's coming in, and you're posting everybody's stuff on your Instagram. So now I got to get in the right mindset in order to open my box, because as I'm looking at the box now and thinking about those Alto handles that, when improperly packaged, don't fare well. It breaks the leather. They will not stand up. They are like the handles on the Birkin. You don't ever see those flopped over, right? They are designed to stand upright. So now I have to find time to open the box. Not only to open it, but I need to film it so that I can document the condition of this bag. Well, what I will say is that when it was filmed, at least the front, the handles, sides of the bag. When it was in the backyard, it was in pristine condition. I could tell that Dooney had packaged it and shipped it the way that it was supposed to. They shipped it in a box that was the right size. When I opened this box, now mind you, the handles are rolled upright like they are on Russell. Y'all know those handles don't bend, they don't flop. They're supposed to stay upright. Here's my bag in the box, too little, and the handles are like this. Without hardware, because those handles don't have hardware. If you know, you know. Some of you are following me where I'm going with this. Not only are the handles that way, and by the way, when I emailed back to say that my bag was damaged, I got an email back saying, oh, just push them back the other way. I said, you know, it is so disappointing that you do not understand the construction, the craftsmanship of the artisans of the brands that you are representing. Because if you were knowledgeable about leather, you would have, one, have known not to package that bag that way to start with. And two, you would know that those handles, there's no bounce back in those handles. They don't just go back the other way and stand upright. There are no scratches, to my amazement, on the feet of the bag. But let me tell you what it does have. Hold on, let me grab this one. If you have now this bag needs to be clean, but I reach for this bag, but I'm gonna show it to you, because for some of you that may not be as familiar or not own Alto leather, I want you to understand visually on a different bag what's going on the bag that I commissioned. All right, so this one is black, so hopefully it's going to be easy for you to see. Do you see kind of like the handling, the oil, the wear on this bag, particularly in this area? I'm hoping that it is picking up on camera. Will somebody drop in the chat and let me know if this is picking up on camera? Like, I mean, it's all over kind of the front of this bag. This is an old bag, and it is still my most used black bag. Definitely my most used black bag. But you can see this, right? So nowhere on the feet, but just like you can see that here. And if you've seen Alto on my channel before, you know it comes smooth. No smudges, no grease spots, no slick spots, no spots, none of that. That leather takes on whatever you do, however you use it. I have this under the bottom of my bag, of my new bag. No scratches on the feet, which absolutely amazed me, because again, it's sitting outside on a hard surface. So I expected all of these to be scratched, but it does have, where they were handling it, you can see that in the leather of the bag. All right. The other thing about this bag is we're going to pull this one back up. If you have ever seen or had a bag that may have a little bit of Um, like, and this one thing, this could be Boldrini. So I'm gonna put it where it could be. I'm fair, I'm balanced. I get paid to see all sides of everything, and I ain't talking about YouTube. I'm talking about the job that pays the mortgage. So I'm gonna put blame where it could be. This could be Boldrini. It's possible. But it's also possible that had my bag not been handled, I would have been the one to cause this, or I would have been the first to handle the handles. So I would have been the one to cause that first. Anyway, on the handles where the glazing is, I wish I had I need a rolled handle bag, and I don't have one because I put my Russells away. All right, but anyway, it's almost like it's not a thread. It's just a teeny tiny sliver of leather that is peeling off. Now, if you've ever seen or watched a video on handles being made or bag being repaired, if you've ever watched an artisan actually create a bag, or the tools that they use, you know that a lot of those tools are very, very sharp, right, in order to get the holes in the leather so that the stitch work can all go through, etc. It is a delicate and intricate process, but those tools are super, super sharp. So it's possible that Boldrini, in the finishing of the bag, may have like run the knife right along the edge to kind of clean up, and then maybe didn't quite clean it off, but it's still attached. So it's either they didn't do a good job of cleaning it off, or as my bag has been handled, it has caused what might not have happened until I started carrying it. And then, I break it, I buy it, it's mine. But I noticed that on there. All right, here's the other thing. I want you to think about the top of my bag as a rose petal. Coach has absolutely nothing to do with this, but this is still sitting close by, and it has a flower on it, so we are going to use this. Think about a flower, okay? And I want you to think about a flower at its different stages, right? Because when it comes in as a bud, it is closed, it is tight. And then, of course, as it matures, ripens, is prepared to bloom, then it will open up and then, open, right? Bend its, open up so that the sun can kiss the inner workings where the pollen and the bees like to be, all right? So this bag, in the pictures and the video on IG, so once it was freshly from Italy, it was all standing upright. All of the leather pieces were exactly where they were supposed to be, and they were standing beautifully at attention. Pristine. Considering it was treated as a sample, it was pristine in that condition. By the time it arrived to me with the handles pushed in because the box is too small, and the handling of it, those leather pieces are no longer laying flat and straight at attention. They are fanning away from the bag, front and back. Y'all, I waited 6 freaking months for this purchase. I feel like I have been patiently waiting. I felt like this was supposed to be the 2023 bag of the year. Like it was supposed to be like on the best of 2023. And then when I realized I wasn't going to get it until 2024, I thought, well, you know what? It will be the bag of the year, right? It will have a history, it will have a story tied to it, but right now it's trauma. I have PTSD because the solution that the broker offered me, in addition to just pushing the handles back the other way because that'll fix it, was that they would refund me 20% of the purchase price. And y'all, this is an $800 retail bag. Like this, if you were to commission this bag today, it is $800. So 20% of what I paid for it, which is not going to take away from the 6 months, the fact that I didn't have it for my birthday, it didn't travel with me to Vegas, that I didn't have it for Valentine's Day, that I didn't have it for Easter, that it was just arriving right before Mother's Day, that it shipped damaged. I didn't give permission for it to be photographed or revealed on their platform before I could do it on mine. But you want to do business with me because of the fact that I'm familiar with the brand, right? One of the emails said, oh, I looked at the information that you sent over talking about the brand kit, and maybe the reason you love Boldrini is because you like Dooney and Bourke. Did you know that they craft for Dooney? I don't know what insulted me more. That comment or the fact that you shipped me a damaged bag thinking that it was going to pass as new when you have improperly handled it, improperly photographed it, that you have videoed it, that you posted, that you admit it on your own platform, that you have a hard time letting people's stuff go when they pay you for the service of a broker. I responded back and said, yes, I'm very familiar. They craft Dooney's Alto line, which I have been a fan of and purchased many, many times. It's how I first became familiar with Boldrini. 20%, the handles are damaged, the grease, it is no longer a one-of-a-kind custom because, again, it's already on their site. So it doesn't mean anything to me at this point. But I am so irritated that as the broker, you don't understand like what you're doing. You don't understand cost and expense models of like having Boldrini pay to ship it to you here stateside. You're going to buy another box. You got tape. You got packaging. You're going to put a leather. You're going to put an extra trinket, all of which I plan to return, by the way. But you've just added time, and then you don't even put it back in a box the same size and then ship. Like, why would you incur, from a business standpoint, that additional time, handling, shipping, expense? What? Unless you are carrying people's bags and unless you are treating their custom orders as samples so that you have material for your Instagram page. So I need to know. Am I wrong? Am I blowing? Like, I know, for some people it's like, it's a damn handbag. And that's why the title says some people won't get it. This Sip and Cuss is for everyone else. Everyone else that understands like what I feel I paid for. And of course, there was no offer to replace the bag. And I don't want it replaced if she's going to pull what Dooney pulled with the large alto tassel bag, right? Because remember, I got the same damaged bag back twice. And then when they did finally send me a new one, they also sent it in a box that was too small. So it was damaged. And it was, they only showed a quantity of 5, I think, on that label. So you've already shipped 3 of them to me. So I don't want her to send me another bag that's going to be mishandled. I also don't want to get it in another color. So if I get what I ordered replaced, now there are 2, because you can bet your ass she's either going to continue to use it as she has, or she's going to sell it. She's not going to miss out on those dollars. So now I no longer have a one of a kind bag. And thank goodness I did get something else directly from Italy that I love, that I have been truly enjoying. But again, it was a birthday purchase. That was not intended to be my birthday bag. The one that I used this broker for was intended to be the birthday bag. And now all I can tell you is I'm pissed and I got PTSD and trauma, and it cannot get out of my house quick enough. But I want to know, I'm trying to get the chat pulled up, because maybe y'all are going to tell me I've blown it out of proportion. Maybe I have. Maybe. I will say, though, that when you spend your money, you're entitled to get what you want. So if you see it differently, and you're entitled to see it differently. Right? I'm not here to change your mind. You're definitely not here to change mine. But I guess I'm looking for perspective on whether or not I entered into this broker agreement with incorrect expectations. Like, based on what I just shared with you, are my expectations out of line with what I paid for back in November and what I have gone through in order to get it? And of course, I got the very nice email saying, hey, we want to make it right. And, if 20% isn't, we can send you a prepaid shipping return label, because again, she's going to sell it or use it. It's one of a kind. She heard that directly from the artisan before she communicated it to me. So I know what I commissioned, right? But every time I think about it, it is lava in my veins. The lack of understanding of business, of customer service, of contracts, of getting permission, of custom made orders, what your, like, the exclusivity that this particular broker could have in this space is unheard of. Like, the dollars and cents, you're getting it crafted, but it doesn't have to have Dooney or Furla or Ferragamo or Valenciaga or any of the others, but you know that the same artisan, the same tools, the same leather, the same skill crafted your bag. And because it doesn't have that big luxury house brand name on it, you're able to save dollars and cents. I don't think she truly understands what kind of service those of us that would commission a custom bag, I don't think she understands the kind of clientele. Yeah, I said it. Because here's the thing. If you didn't go, and I'm not even going to call a name, but if you are someone that purchases a wedding dress off the rack, then you can expect that, you might have done some tailoring or something. You may have added something else to kind of customize that off the rack dress, but you should expect that bridal house that was selling it in, from size 0 to size 24, that they're like, other people are gonna buy it. That's a different level of experience. And I'm not saying that they have the right to trash or do anything to your wedding dress because it's what you picked for, it's what you like, it's within your budget. I still believe that you are paying for a service, and all of this other stuff still applies. I'm just saying it would not be unheard of for you to see somebody else's wedding photos and see your dress or a version of your dress posted someplace else. That's different from you commissioning a wedding dress, a prom dress, a tailored suit, hell, a fedora if you're in Cuba, whatever it is. You're not expecting to see it someplace else, especially before you are in receipt of your item and you have the opportunity to reveal it, debut it, wear it, show it off, take photographs yourself. Now, one of my tribe sisters said to me, and I appreciate her so much, she said, "You're not blowing it out of proportion." She said, because people who truly blow things out of proportion never gut check. They never ask anybody if they were wrong. They're not seeking to make sure that they are in balance. And I did this with a couple of my tribe sisters. I walked them through. They saw the emails. They saw the screenshots. They saw the pictures. They got the IGs. I sent it because I wanted them from the beginning of this experience to walk through it and kind of put themselves in the handbag purchase space to see how they would feel about it. And they agreed that I was not wrong and that I'd spent my money and that my purchase was not handled with the level of care and the service that I thought that I was paying for when I entered into this agreement. So it's going back. I'm packing it up and it's going back. And I will never do business with them again, ever. I will never do business with them again. And what I want you to take away from my experience tonight is that, one, not every brand, not every pop-up, not every shop, not every entrepreneur or company owner understands what you are looking for by way of service and experience, customer service. So if you find yourself, one, commissioning, I want you to think about this experience. Two, I want you to be very clear when you are talking to the broker about what you expect and what is not permitted, because clearly common sense is not sold at Walmart. They don't sell it at Kroger or Publix. So you can't just buy it off the shelf, just like the bag that I commissioned. You can't just buy it off the shelf and expect that people are going to put two and two together and know what not to do when you have paid for a service and exclusivity. The other thing is, I want you to understand that while TikTok is, not sure of its fate, there are internet companies, brands, etc. that are owned and operated by people that have different expectations. Many of them do not have a business background. I can guarantee you most, if not all, do not have legal backgrounds and understand contracts and you know, trademarks and commission works. They don't understand that. And you know what? Shame on me as an attorney for not doing more due diligence on my end before I entered. Had this purchase not been photographed, videoed, posted, mishandled, damaged, it would have been perfect. It would have been perfect because the bag is stunning. It is exactly what I hoped it would be, but it's damaged, and therefore it is none of the things that I wanted, paid for, or expected. So that's it. I understand some of you won't understand. It's just a bag. It's just a shoe. It's just a custom lip color. It's just a custom foundation color. I get it. I get it. I get it. I understand that some of you don't play in the space. Your consumerism is not in a space of custom works. But what I will tell you is that when you go to get your nails done or your pedicure, that's custom work, especially if you're getting some design or whatever. That's custom work. If you have a hairstylist, whether you go to her regularly or whether you book on Style Seat and you go to somebody new, you are paying for an individualized custom service. And there are certain things that come along with offering that kind of service. I know some of you still won't get it. Maybe you do your nails at home. Maybe you do your hair at home. Maybe, you know, you just stumbled across this live stream and you're like, I don't know what TF the big deal is, right? I don't understand what the big deal is. Again, some of you won't understand, and that's no shade. You know, thanks for the view, popping in for the entertainment. For everyone else that is in this collecting handbag, like you understand it, you have had a damaged anything, you have had movers to scratch, drop, dent, break, right? There are just certain things that when you enter into a work arrangement with anyone, right? There's just certain things that come along with it. And if you don't believe me, go to work. Come up with a brilliant idea that would be competition for your company, that would be a revenue generator, that would offer them a different product line. Share it with somebody there. Like, mention it to your boss and then try to leave and take your idea with you. Baby, you have not seen the halls of the courthouse yet until you see one in corporate America where you have created intellectual property in their space with their knowledge on their dime using their computer, and then you try to compete or take that idea someplace else. I promise you it will not end nice. This is what I'm talking about for the rest of you that are even trying to follow along. I'm just saying it didn't go the way that I expected, and I am highly disappointed with that. And disappointed is me being professional, because it's packed up and getting ready to get the hell out of here. That's still me being professional. And I did, because I have a platform, and of course this broker definitely wanted to partner with me and did say, you know, if there's anything that we can do to salvage the relationship, she's willing to do that. But again, offer a solution. Your solution was 20% and I get to keep a damaged bag. You want my community, you want me to endorse the services that you offer and talk about the artisans that you represent and the best you can come up with to kick off a relationship. from a customer service standpoint is, we can refund you 20%. We can refund you 20%. Okay. Let me go back to kind of the beginning, right? So again, thank you for those of you that support affiliate links, that are following on LTK. Thank you. That means a lot. Let me just share this with you. It is difficult as a content creator, and I've shared with you all, this is not full time for me. This is a passion. This is a hobby. This is something my sister encouraged me to do because of my love for Dooney. And she's like, there's a community for everything out on YouTube, and you should share. That's how this channel got started. And matter of fact, when I started this channel, I was not even in front of the camera. I wasn't in front of the camera because I never felt like it was about me. It was about the bag. And another YouTuber challenged me, Pauline Newman. She challenged me like, you need to do at least one video in front of the camera because people want to see themselves in the creators that they follow and that are influencing the dollars that they spend. And I will tell you, I got it. And then my very first time and Pauline's very first time meeting Suz What, we gave her a 30-day challenge, and that was what got Suz in front of the camera. Is like, people need to see you. They need to see your complexion. They need to see your full arms, your lips. They need to see like you in mod shots. That people want, like, the internet is I'm not gonna say a safe space, but it's a space for all. And if you are truly going to be influenced, you want to see yourself in the people that are already using or recommending or sharing whatever it is, right? Just think about it. Like, if you see, nothing against my size 2s and 4s and 7s. I was telling Rosalind earlier today, she sent me a picture and I was like, oh my God, I love that dress. And then I sent back to her and I said, I had no clue what a treasure my waist was when it was that size, because it was a picture that she shared, right? But you have to get to a place where you are comfortable in the space, in the body, in the health, with the hair, with the lips, with the melanin in or out, like hair change. You have to get comfortable in that space. And as women, we have a tendency not only to struggle with it internally, but we are hypercritical of each other when it comes to this, right? We fail to remember at times that we are the portals of life. Like, you created whole human beings inside your uterus, inside your belly. Your stomach may not bounce back the way that it did, and if it does, God bless you. Not everybody has those genes, right? You have to accept the fact that whether you breastfed or not, some people are a part of the itty bitty invisible titty committee, and others of us have to spend 60, 70, 80 plus dollars for bras because you can't buy your bra out of Walmart or Target and get the all day support and the coverage that you need. We have a tendency to be super critical of each other. We have to work twice as hard. We have to be twice as good. Don't get me started on corporate America and equal pay. Don't get me started on that, right? Don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on brands that create based on ethnic group or based on waist size, and they don't think anything about other people of different sizes wearing those clothes or those shoes, right? I got a whole series on luxury swaps because here's the thing. We do real life over here, right? We do real life. We do real life where insurance has gone up, and if you pay in that once a month, every 6 months, or yearly, you're feeling that, right? We do real life over here. We do trips to the grocery store and cleaning supplies, and you notice the cost of things that have gone up. We do real life over here. So when you see certain things, whether it is sandals from one brand and you find them in another and you're able to get the luxury swap, get good quality, but you know, it's not going to keep you from going on summer vacation. It's not going to keep you from making another bag purchase. Then sometimes we do some swaps over here. But it doesn't change the fact that customer service, I don't care whether you get it from the Dollar Tree, I'm paying for service. And I didn't set the price of your item. You set it. And I entered into an agreement or walked into your retail establishment and you said how much you wanted in exchange, right? And you got goods. I have resources, cash. You tell me how much you want for that, and I either agree or not agree and take my funds elsewhere else. So elsewhere. But if I agree, then you have to stand behind that product. And when it is a custom work, the expectations are even higher. What you are paying for is an experience. And I think I've made my point. I'm not So I waited to do this. I was gonna do this last week as a live Mother's Day because I was traveling. But the universe saw different. One, I was in a foul mood, so I chin checked myself and was like, you already pissed off about this whole Mother's Day weekend thing and you not having your mother here. And then on top of that, you've been disrespected by someone that has your money and they sent you a sample when that's not what you paid for. So you might want to step back. And then after that, I ended up in urgent care feeling like a dog. So that whole thing, it just didn't happen. I've now had yet another week to think about it. I've had another week to bounce this situation off of other people. And I'm still not okay with it. I'm not okay with the way that my order, my service, my intelligence, or my commission work was handled. So, all I will say is be careful out in these internet streets. Be careful when you are working with companies that you are not familiar with and what they say they offer. Be very clear, ask questions, because it can very, very quickly go bad. That's putting it lightly. It can go bad. So for those of you that missed the beginning, go back and catch the beginning of the replay. I did share with you the bag that I am currently carrying. It is from Italy. I did do a reveal. I purchased it for my birthday. I've been in it for 2 weeks and I am not planning to move out of it anytime soon. But you want to go back and check that out. Be sure to thumbs up, please, before you head out. You know what? Send this video, share this video with somebody else. Somebody that may or may not have a passion for bags and other things. But just ask for their feedback for me, please, to let me know whether or not I'm out left field and I have completely unrealistic expectations. I want, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. If the broker was right and because it was a commissioned work, they could do whatever the hell they wanted to do with it until it was shipped to me. Maybe that's the case, but it should have still been sent to me in the condition that it was sent to them from the artisan. It should not have been damaged. It should not have grease spots and damaged handles and damaged left. It should not have all of that. So I need to know, is it just me? All right. Follow me over on LTK because I get a lot of comments asking where something was, where to find it, how much it cost, blah, blah, blah. All of that is over there, from the sandals, the shoes, the lippy, the dress tonight, the bags, the face wash, I haven't posted one on my watch yet. So I probably should go back and do that. But anyway, thank you so very much for watching. I do hope that you have an amazing week. I hope that you are careful again out in these internet streets as you are putting your dollars and cents behind brands that may not quite get the business side of their business. Thank you so very much for watching. Until next time, I do hope you find something that feeds your addiction. Take care, everyone.